What's going on, everybody? It's Childish back at it again, coming at you with another Summoner's War video. In today's video, we're going to be bringing you guys a birthday summoning session compliments of Spider-Man 2400, who has allowed us to summon on his account before, so I'm pretty excited to come back on and do a little summoning session for his birthday. So again, guys, this is going to be a video. This is not a stream, but we got a ton of summons for you. We literally have well over 850 summons to include a Transcendent Scroll, and we got 50 7-year scrolls, as well as a couple of ODs. We got a lot of summons to do, so I'm not going to waste any time, fam. Since this is a video, we're just going to get right into it here. And I think what I want to do, since we have the 7-year special scrolls and we can change the units that we're looking for, I'm actually going to start it off right now with the brand new NAT 5. Hopefully, let's see if it is one of them that is in this lineup here. Something tells me that the Christina the Wind Cannon Girl wasn't what he was looking for, but let's go ahead and take a look to see if he already has it, because if he does, then we can go ahead and utilize it for a blessing, right? So I think this is going to be a new one. This is going to be a new one, so at least we got a new one on that. You know, we'll take it. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. Again, fam, we have so many scrolls to get into. So, yeah, we're just going to run right into it here. Now, one of the things that I kind of wanted to do, since this is, you know, a video versus a stream here, is I just wanted to talk a little bit about my experience for those of you guys that didn't get a chance to check it out. You know, I was recently a part of that event there, the World 100 Invitational. So it was a pretty cool event. I had a lot of questions during the stream that people asked, and you know, I didn't get a chance to answer everything, so I wanted to go ahead and do that for you guys here now. So I think one of the biggest question is, you know, hey, you know, what's your overall thoughts on it? You know, I know this is a sponsored stream. You know, what'd you think? What was some of the big deals, you know, that you noticed? You know, did they make some changes and all that stuff? So, I mean, overall, you know, was pretty happy with the, you know, with the outcome of the tournament. I think as far as like what I thought about the game, I think it was a pretty good game, right? It's a pretty good game. Obviously, there was a couple of changes made from the recent showcasing in the closed beta, so it was nice to see some a little bit of improvement. Do I think they could have done a little bit more? Yes, I do. I think the overall gameplay was a little limited because of the fact that we just didn't have a lot of monsters to work with. So, you know, everybody had a relatively small monster pool, and essentially we were able to see some of the real true units shine throughout the match there. The continuous dot teams, the single target nukers. I mean, like some of the big units, I think that was, without question, some of the strongest units out there in the game. Had to be Thrain. I think Thrain was one of those units that if you did not have them, you basically had a hard time keeping up with people, unless you had a crazy amount of sustain or immunity or whatnot here. So it was overall an amazing experience. So I'm really grateful that Comptos gave me the opportunity. But man, I'll tell you what, like, I'm more excited to see how the game evolves over time once we get a bigger monster pool and have a little bit more strategies in the mix here. You know, I think, you know, people definitely, you know, had some really fantastic strategies when it comes to monsters, but I feel like there was more strategies that could have been laid in place due to the uses of special skills. So for those that don't know, the skills in it. Oh, wait a minute. We just got, oh my God, of all the NAT 5s we can get, right? Rip the dream. So yeah, okay, well, we only need one. Let's go ahead and craft, assuming that it has material, which he does, right? So good deal. Let's go ahead and get that blessing real quick. Man, oh man, dude, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Literally, the first two NAT 5s we pull, we get ourselves a copy here. So, all right. I think we got a blessing now. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, getting back into it. Yeah, I basically am looking forward to seeing, you know, some of the changes down the road. I want to see more monsters, more spells. That's what I was trying to get into. Seeing a fair amount of spells, I think it's going to be great. I think a lot of strategy was laid into the overall monsters and not so much the spells. But I will say this: some of the people out there definitely worked in their spells, you know, at the right time. Now, another question that I got was, you know, how did you feel overall? And so I want to be brutally honest with you guys that actually are watching this video. all the way through, is that I feel like I say what I had an absolute blast. Okay, do I feel like I did really good versus the other people? Definitely not. I was actually in the lower half of the ranking. I was definitely I was basically at my highest was 50, but as the time went on, I slowly, steadily went down in rank. Why is that? Because I tilted a little bit more. I got tired a little bit more. You know, I in addition to that, I wasn't prepared as much as I could. You know, when our influencers that got an opportunity to participate in this event, we got a copy of the game about a week ago, and literally like a day after the copy was given to us, I went on vacation for 5 days. So I legit did not get a chance to play as much as I should have. So I didn't get a chance to prepare like I said, as much as I could. So let me see if I can find the storage here. So yeah, it was unfortunate because I get a chance to play, but the cool thing about it is that every single match that I did, I learned a little something. And unfortunately, I did not pick up on one thing that you were able to do, which was you can switch your team comps. So you made your formations, as you so choose here. I was under the impression that once we created our 5 formations, we couldn't go ahead and change it. So the first 2 hours, I literally used the same 5 teams throughout the lineup here. So that's unfortunate, but like I said, it's all good. I was just there to have a good time. I definitely didn't, I wasn't expecting to, place well. I knew coming into it that there was a lot of people that had the opportunity to really practice hard. They had the schedule to really, hone in on their skills and, really make the best of the comps that they were bringing. So the fact that I even got, like not last place is actually pretty impressive to say the least. So again, and a lot of these topics we're going to be talking about in separate videos, but again, I just want to answer a lot of questions that people gave to me. So another question that I got was, what are some of the underrated units that people used? And I think I don't want to say underrated, but definitely a unit that was underrated back in the day that I don't think it is now anymore is Soha. So for those of you guys that got a chance to see some Soha gameplay, basically Soha in this game strips a single target unit, but then whatever it strips, it gets it for the entire party. So if they got a Wusa and you target on somebody and you steal, their immunity, their shield, you literally get immunity and shield for your team. And I believe, if I recall correctly, the duration that Wusa would have given it for his party is what you get for your party. So I mean, it's a really, really strong ability, especially if you don't have any kind of immunity. You weren't able to pull something good. You can essentially just play into somebody that has immunity and potentially do some work here. So yeah, I really like that unit above all. I think that was a fantastic unit, and it also had a different mechanic as well. It's not only do you get that steal, you get that strip, you also get a little bit of a heal for your party here. So again, you're bringing in the sustain, you're bringing in the potential immunity, the protection, depending on what they're using. Again, any skill, beneficial effect that the opponent brings in there, you can steal it. For those of you guys that caught the stream, you will remember that I had a couple of times where when I got the skill, the damage conversion, which is a fantastic skill. When you do some damage here, it converts it to HP and basically saves some of the units. I would put that on thinking, oh yeah, I'm a G. They're targeting my tank. I'm gonna take all this extra heals. Well, they happen to steal my damage conversion and put it for their entire party, which is fantastic, right? It was a really, really nice counter, well played on their part. And so again, it just kind of goes to show how strong Soha can be, depending on how you utilize it. So that was a pretty big combo here. Some other questions that we got here. What are some of the common teams that we saw? Initially, when I got into it, I thought it was just going to be a cleave fest. But the composition that surprised me the most was I thought it was going to be a cleave fest or a super fast composition, a low mana cost composition here. Because I was thinking, okay, well, if people are going to sit here and play the waiting game for counters, then maybe what I'll do is create a super fast composition to just basically outcast them. They can counter when they so choose, but they're still not going to be able to keep up with me because of the fact that I'm just casting so many more so many more skills than they am over time. Well, it worked out for a couple of matches, but definitely not them all, because they were smart enough to realize what I was trying to do, and they went ahead and just basically saved their counters for the right spot here. But I will say this though, you know, even though the waiting game is strong, you still can't wait forever. You have to find a balance here for your skills. Yeah, you have to find a balance and play it out. You cannot sit there with a maxed out amount of mana and expect to win just by counters alone. So that's kind of cool. I think a lot of people were concerned at the fact that, you know, they were like, oh, hey, this is just going to be a waiting game. No one's going to actually do any strategy. But there was people out there that did, you know, get a little bit more aggressive and just timed their skills perfectly. There was just not too much they could do. And in addition to that, one of the coolest things that I noticed was, you know, even if they had like a potential unit that they can cast and get countered, sometimes they were looking to do that unit like a damage healing unit or something like that, but then they would wait for that the other opponent to like put their beneficial effect, you know, put something up. It didn't have to be a offensive skill, it could have been a defensive skill that they played out, and they would still cast it. So they just essentially, how do I say this? They essentially, it's kind of a weird how to say this, but basically what they did was they knew that they had like an ability, right? Let's say they had a Ramagos ready to clean shot, right? They knew they had an ability that they could have casted. So what they did was they would cast, the other opponent would cast, and they would utilize a skill. They would just basically wait for the opponent to cast their main skill. So it's like they wanted the opponent to counter and essentially allow them to kind of recounter, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining that much, but they basically didn't. There was a unit that they had on their team that would hard counter a unit that you had on your team, and so they would utilize another unit just to force them to counter with that skill, with that ability, and then allow them to, and then you got a chance to use your unit that, you know, could potentially be countered with something else, but wasn't hard countered by the unit that they're basically saving it for, right? So for example, I had multiple situations where you know, people chose not to utilize the Wusa because of the fact that I had strips. I had the Soha. And so they wouldn't use, they literally would just sit on Wusa the whole time because they did not want me to have immunity. Because they were running the Beretta Thrain comp, which is heavily reliant upon providing the CC, providing the dots, so they just didn't want to get themselves in a situation where they couldn't do damage at all, because they were seriously relying upon that kind of CC, the Poseidon, the Beretta, the Thrain. I mean, it was crazy. It was fantastic. It was fantastic setups here, fantastic strategy, fantastic thinking, to say the least here. So I was really excited about that. Another underrated and overlooked unit that I thought was really good, a 4-star unit that was fantastic, was the let's see, Sophia, the Wind Parade. So for those that don't know, that one is a, you know, multi-hitting unit that provides a defense break. I believe it's a 3-turn defense break if I recall correctly. So that one there was really cool because, again, it does a lot of damage, but also provides that defense break. I think that the defense breaks may have been a little overlooked, depending on your strategy. But if you were a single target composition user, then, you know, units like Prilia, units like the Wind Vagabond, units like Wind Sophia was actually really good. I think a lot of people were thinking people were going to have some fun with just Lucian, but I saw more single target, you know, damage dealing compositions with Seek, with Sophia, with Hua, with Finn, more so with Kali, more so than the actual, like, just, you know, overall just, you know, units that ignore defensor. So it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy to say the least here. Another fun unit that was really cool to talk about here was Hua. Not a lot of people utilize her, which is kind of surprising because there was a lot of heavy win comps that I ran up against. But Hua was in fact a pretty good unit as well. It does some really good damage, similar, you know, to the multi-hitting ability of the unit of the Sophia. But if you were able to kill a unit with her, you would strip 2 mana from the party here. So again, depending on what kind of composition they have, they might be able to get mana quickly. But if you happen to capitalize on stealing the 2 mana at the right amount of time, you can definitely hold on to, because there was a lot of strong units that people were utilizing, but they needed 5 mana cost, 6 mana cost to get that job done. So stealing that mana at the right time was actually pretty good. But the interesting thing about it was it kind of went both ways, because if you're utilizing Hua in that situation, you also, I mean, you're basically losing a lot of value if you don't bring in, if you don't use her to snipe somebody. If you use her to do damage, great, she'll do damage, she'll take it out, but you need her to go for the kill. Similar to that strategy is Ramagos. Ramagos, fantastic unit, clean shot, ignore defense, right? Doing damage based on the enemy, your HP loss. If you can clean shot all day, every day, and kind of, get the jump on the opponent with regards to damage, and then your auto attack can take it out. But if you do not utilize Ramagos to kill the unit, to snipe it, then you're losing a ton of value because of the fact that you get the HP heal on it here. So let me take a look. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out here. I'm gonna definitely get Ganny if we don't have it here. But I want to double check to make sure. Okay, we have Ganny. Let's check the fireside. Let's take a look. So we don't have Kamal here. So, and we don't have. I think they're the same units, right? Yeah, they're the same units. Okay, so this is going to be a new uniform, and I want to give a shout out to CompToUs real quick for giving you the option to select later, because that would be actually super sad if you're, like I said, somebody you're like, I don't know what unit I got. I can't figure it out. So, but let's see. What else can we talk about here? So for those of you guys that haven't got a chance to check it out, probably see a video here in a day or two. Who were some of the people that I went up against from the Summoner Sword community? I did go up against Cray, SW. I did go up against Once in Love. I did go up against CC Line. I went up against Junpei France. I'm trying to think. There was like one or two more that I went up against, but for those of you guys that actually caught the stream or maybe caught the replay, the farther that I got into the time, the tired I got. So as far as my memory goes, I don't remember everybody. I basically got to look. I got to look at the. I got to look at the content. I got to look at the replay and see what I got going on here. See who I went up against. But I didn't get a chance to go up against Sean B, unfortunately, which would have been really, really fun. But did get a chance to go up against quite a handful of content creators from the Summoners War fam, which was actually pretty cool. And one thing to point out was, for those of you guys that didn't see how like the whole ranking system worked and how you can kind of win money depending on your like cumulative wins or whatnot. One of the cool things that they CompToUs incorporated in this tournament was that they brought in celebrities, like big name celebrities, to play as well. And what they did was, like, if you matched up with a celebrity, I think you beat them, then you got a little bit of cash as well, which is super cool because, again, I think I love the format for this invitational. It wasn't like just a single elimination bracket or double elimination bracket. Like, everyone had a fair chance to do as good as they can and make a little bit of money on the side, which I think honestly a lot of companies should take that away from what they did. Their format for this invitational was really strong. It was really good. That is a huge motivating factor for people to actually, practice the game and get into it. If it was just a random tournament that you got invited to, and let's say, they say, hey, we're gonna pay you to be a part of this tournament, whatever like that. Just have fun, good luck, and if you're one of the top players, then you're gonna win a massive amount of money. But they didn't do that. They said, hey, you come in, you just try to get as many wins as possible. Depending on your hustle, you can, make a good amount of money. And then if you get lucky enough to, get paired up against a celebrity, you get even more. And then in addition to that, if you actually take this seriously and make a, fun little creative comp that's, not something that, typically people would do, you had the potential to make even more so than anybody else that was there at night. So I think the number one winner, FanHots, ended up taking home somewhere in the vicinity of like $6,700, but 4 people ended up, receiving $5,000 for just having the most creative team, which was basically way more than anybody under the number one spot. So, like I said, everyone had a fair chance to do well and actually, make a little bit of money on that. And that to me was just like, I applaud CompToUs for doing that, because, like I said, that's a motivating factor for some people out there to, like I said, to practice. You know, some of the people, you know, they could have played a little bit, whatnot, but that gives you like to me, that would motivate me to essentially set aside some time to really dive into the game as much as possible and provide the most, you know, the most amount of entertainment I can, not just for the people that are watching, but of course just you know, give me the best opportunity to, you know, like I said, make a little money. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, like I said before, unfortunately, I mean, fortunately, but unfortunately, I was on vacation, so I didn't get a chance to play it. But I wouldn't give it up for the world. I had a absolute blast with Ms. Ivy May, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to share that trip to Denver with her. So yeah, it was good. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. We have 278 scrolls left, so hopefully we can get ourselves a couple more NAT 5s. We got a handful of NAT 5s tonight. Not too bad considering the amount of scrolls that we've summoned. I think we've summoned about 500 scrolls already. So yeah, pulling a ton of lightning here, but could use some more NAT 5s, please. Let's see. Come on now. Can we get this done? Neostorm Fighter, get out the way. Come on now. Let's see here. Now, if you guys are happen to still be listening, I need you to do me a favor, okay? Let me know in the comment section down below, what are some of the questions you have about the game that you saw in the thing? What are some of the topics that you want me to cover? I think what I might do is I might make a video a little bit later doing like a little giveaway. And kind of, you know, give you guys a question here, but just stay tuned for that, you know, when I do that, so we can get some legitimate questions for content that you guys want to see down the road here. I think that'll be fantastic. Come on now, we need more lightning, please. Again, moving right along here, 500 scrolls in, which is pretty surprising. I'm sitting here, I think I've only been recording for about 20 minutes. And it's like, it's crazy to think that we've already done 500 scrolls, right? Crazy to think that we've done 500 scrolls. Doesn't feel like it, but hey, we're moving right along. Let's see. What was some other questions that we got from the event here? I'm trying to think if there was anything, that surprised me. What was... So one thing, like, so let's talk about some of the units that I did not see utilized at all. I personally did not see Konamiya utilized and Rakuni utilized. So even though, Konamiya was actually a legitimate strategy that people were trying to do. They were trying to, if for those who don't know, Konamiya provides, like, she brings the last card that you use back to your lineup. So essentially, you know, if you had like a really strong, you know, ability, regardless if it was low cost or high cost, you know, you can bring it back and essentially use it almost back to back, depending on how much mana you had. So, you know, my thought is that people were going to incorporate a unit like Lucian to try to make like a double Lucian combo where they Lucian, you know, use Konami and try to get the Lucian card back. But again, Lucian being one of the highest mana costs in the game, 6 mana cost to be exact. I think that was a combo that was very hard to pull off. So I'm not surprised that, you know, that it didn't get utilized as much as it can. Another card that I didn't get to see all uses was Rakuni. Rakuni, I believe, brings the mana cost down for some skills. I don't know if it's for every single skill, but it brings the mana cost down. So I thought that might be another unit to combine with, along with some high card combos as well. So that was pretty interesting. Let's see. As far as some of the other things that didn't really surprise you, but might have surprised some of you guys who were watching. I think a lot of people thought that this was just going to be a NAT 5 fest, utilizing the strongest units game, right? There was no NAT 5 parties. There was a heavy push on utilizing units that were normal, that were, you know, the uncommon cards, the hero cards. You know, a lot of units that we would call in the Summoners War, you know, ecosystem, the, you know, 2-star, 3-stars. And, you know, 4-star units respectively. A lot more 2-stars and 3-stars. A lot of the Bernards, a lot of the Orions. Well, Orion is 4-star, but Seek, you know, a lot of the common units, a lot of the units that are easier to attain. One thing to point out too is that once this game goes, and I'll make a video on this as well, is that you know, I think the lower end cards are going to be super important because one thing people didn't get a chance to see was the fact that in this particular format, it was set up to where the units were all maxed out at 10, and there was no runes utilized. So not only is runes going to make a little bit of improvement here, having the units leveled up is actually going to be really, really strong. So if you're somebody that hasn't been fortunate enough to summon some of the rarest units in the game, but you keep on getting copies of your Bernards, of your Orions, of your Seeks, and you level it up, then you're just going to get a lot more value out of it because it's leveled up. You're doing more damage. You got more HP. They're just a lot more stronger than your other rare cards here. And one of the cool things is, I don't know if we could say it's cool, but like when you summon a legendary unit, you don't get the legendary unit at like level 1. It actually gives you a copy of it like somewhere in the vicinity of like level 5ish. I think level 4, level 5. So it's like, yes, it's a NAT 5, but it's not like super weak. It has a little bit of strength in it because it's not like low rank here. So that'll be interesting to see what Comptos does with that. Is it one of those things where you're fortunate enough to summon back-to-back units on that, then you'll have a pretty high rank. I don't know if you guys saw my summoning session a week ago. I think I pulled like 2 or 3 copies of Ragdoll, which gave me a level 9 Ragdoll for this tournament here. Mind you, it didn't really matter because of the fact that we had all the units level 10. But man, can you imagine having a nearly maxed out LD5 in this tournament when no one else had it? That would have been absolutely insane. So here we go. We're getting on a little hot streak here. A lot of lightning coming into play. But unfortunately, we are not pulling any more NAT 5s. Now, again, if you haven't left a comment and you still happen to be watching this video, I want to know your brutally honest opinion about what you thought about the game. Considering where it's at right now. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of potential in there. But we'll have to wait and see what Comptos does, and I'm curious to see how fast they release units. Because remember, no one's going to be motivated to summon unless we got new units to go in the pool. So if they push out units from the start, it's going to be good. But if they push out units too quick, that can hurt the free-to-play community, as not everybody can summon right away unless you're spending money coming out of the gate. But hopefully, when this game drops, and I'm sure they will, they'll have some kind of event that maybe they can get either more summons or some kind of event to get some rewards, potentially get some more summons for the people here. I think it's going to be great, considering that this is all going down at the same time that we're hitting the 7-year mark for Summoners War Sky Arena. So okay, so yeah, we're winding down here. We're making some progress. We got a handful of elemental scrolls. We got 2,000 summoning stones, and we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get ourselves some new units. Now we will need to take a look at the summoning stones. I want to take a look at those NAT 5s there and see which ones we actually need, because I know that at the end of the day, this is his birthday, so where he's going to summon them, he was going to summon them regardless. But obviously the goal is to summon new NAT 5s. He's just looking for new NAT 5s. He didn't have any specific outside of the ones that he laid out in the 7-year scroll. So yeah, the goal is just to try to get some new NAT 5s here. Come on now, keep it going. Keep it going. All right, lot of fire. A lot of fire units. But we need, forget fire. We need 5-star. We need 5-star, and again, we don't get the heads up on this one. We don't have no blessing, so we've been pulling too many new NAT 5s. Unfortunately, our first 2 NAT 5s were Christina, Brave the Dream. But hey, it is new. It is a cleaver. It is a turn 2 unit. So considering siege and how many conversations you have to deal with, I don't think Christina's a bad pull. I think she's actually good. Little niche, but she's still good nonetheless. I use a lot of cleave comps, to be honest. So slow cleaves in my lineup here. So again, that's not even like I think I have like 3 or 4 galleons, which is not unheard of for a lot of people. A lot of people have multiple galleons, multiple Mihos, multiple Kamoons, multiple Orions. Units that are super common, that are strong. People are, making second, third, fourth copies of it, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. If it works, that allows your, Guild Wars or Siege to have multiple copies of the same defense, and if it's a defense that, your opponent struggles with, you can make multiple towers with that. and you know, have some fun. You know, that's the funny thing about, you know, my summons about, you know, a month ago, whatever. When we got Martina, obviously I was excited to pull Martina, but I was actually even more excited at the fact that we happened to pull a unit that allowed me to build a comp that allowed me to fill up a tower. So now in our Guild War lineup for Siege, we actually have a full Shayna Martina tower that we can utilize, right? Shayna Martina is nasty, but having to deal with it 5 times is pretty insane. And not everyone's going to have, you know, multiple counters for that, you know? So it's nice to have that option to do those mono team comps here. Let's clean house real quick. Where did I have it? Where's that? It feels like I should know where the storage is. There we go. I feel like I should know where the storage is, right? After going for, you know, back and forth to it all these times. Let's see. Come on. All right, a lot of units here. Boom. All right, let's get back to it. Come on. Elemental Scrolls, trying to get some new Nat 5s, please. Okay. Stream Master. Again, Stream Masters got recently changed, so can't complain there, And again, it's a unit that more than likely he does not have a copy of. Or has multiple copies of, so that's going to be good for skill ups here. What do we got? Water? Let's pull a Barber real quick. Is that too much to ask? Come to us. I will take a Barber, please. Please. So, funny enough, I don't know about you guys, if you guys remember this. It's not even the best movie in the world, but some movie that has just kind of stick to my head, The Terminal, with Tom Hanks. The please. Oh my god, it's an interesting movie to say the least here. So yeah, okay, so Camilla, Helena, and the Wind Demon here. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick and see which ones we actually need here. So we don't have Helena. All right. Whoops. We don't have Camilla. And I'm guessing we don't have the Wind Demon as well. So basically, he wanted to summon on this rotation because he doesn't have any of these units. Which makes sense, right? Wind Demon, question mark? We see it? Nope, no. Okay, so all 3 Nat 5s. All 3 Nat 5s here. Let's say something here. I want to check the guild chat here. Yeah. All right. I missed her message last time there. I don't know if Chun, aka Spider-Man 2400. I don't know if he told his guild that I was summoning for him. But again, it's all good. I would hope that he would let him know it's his birthday today, but if not, it's all good. Well, we'll surprise him. I think so. What I'm gonna do is I'm literally at the time of this recording. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go ahead and you know, put this video clip on YouTube, right? The raw clip here, because this is you know, one of the things I like to do if I can't get somebody on the Discord call to watch or do a stream, is I like to be able to, you know, record the gameplay and show the footage to them before they actually hop on their account, because if they can see that, you know, that'd be kind of cool. It's almost like you're watching it live, right? You're not going to log into your account unless you need to do something right away. So if you got a chance to watch the video, you know, it's kind of nice because you get a chance to check out the summons, you know, before getting into it here. So, all right, let's see. Let's make, I think this might be the last time we have to make room here. Let's see. Come on. Let's see. Telling you, man. We got a handful of Nat 5s. I think if I saw correctly, we had 4. Is that 4 total? 1, 2, 3. I think it was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, so 3 nat 5s and what, 800 scrolls? Yeah, could be better. Could be better. Uh-oh. We forgot about, oh, shoot. So yeah, let's do some 3 stars here again. We're not gonna get too crazy because I'm pretty sure he has all the copies of the units here. I thought he finished it out here, but I guess he didn't. Okay. So interesting lineup of nat 5s. He's like, I don't blame him though. Rika strong, Juno strong. Even Jean Zay is pretty meta. Water String Master, again, more copies of String Master, can't complain about that. Come on now, get us 1 nat 5. Can we get 1 nat 5 out of these scrolls? That would be nice. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to pull in nat 5. For those that didn't get a chance to check it out, the majority of you guys didn't. We actually did summons for me on Monday in Denver because we couldn't finish the summons on Sunday, so it was unfortunate. We did not get any new nat 5s. We just got a copy of Pumbeck there, but you know, it's all good. It was fun. It was always exciting to see summons on the account. So I just unfortunately didn't get lucky this time, which is good. I think if I recall correctly, CC or somebody told me that CC did almost double the summons that I did, and didn't get anything as well. So it's unfortunate, man. It can happen to anybody. Happens to the best of us. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Okay, so now that we actually got some of these units out here, let's take a look here. He doesn't. I want to go Savannah in this spot. I feel like Savannah would be good here. Honestly, if I had the chance, I would, you know, have him switch out in the Rakan to Camila and get some other strong units here. But I'm not really sure, you know, what he's utilized. Wow! Oh my God, that is so sick! Wow! Wow! Literally just change the unit and pull back-to-back nat 5s? Wow! I am the king of summoning Beast Riders. That is, oh my God, dude, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That is why you always make sure that you switch out your units so that you don't get something of the same. Wow, dude, dude, that is what I'm talking about, baby. Literally one of the strongest units in the game. We utilized the 7-year scrolls, and we were able to pull ourselves Savannah, which of course you guys know I'm super jealous because that's the unit I'm going for. Wow, dude. Here's the, like, I'm actually legit excited to make this video and put it out right now. I'm like, dude, like, get ready. Get ready, right? It's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. Now, can we make this even that much more epic by getting like an LD5 or getting a really strong LD4? We don't have too many LDs here, but boy, that literally made the video. That literally made the video. That is crazy. Back-to-back 7-year scroll nat 5, right? Oh man, that's unfortunate. Okay, it's unfortunate we didn't get the LDs there. But like I said, best birthday ever. We get the back-to-back nat 5s. We got the Water Monkey King alongside Savannah. Oh my gosh. Wow, congratulations. Happy birthday to you. Again, once again, fam, if I didn't say it enough already in the previous videos, you know, if you have been saving up your summons, your 7-year anniversary summons, and you want to have me do some summoning for you, you know, either as a video or you want to catch it on the stream, I stream Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you contact me via childish402@gmail.com with the subject line subscriber summons, I'll be more than happy to connect with you early on so that we can go ahead and get you on board and try to get you some back-to-back nat 5s, okay? That's going to be a fan. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, Childish Plays. Check it out. Take care. And we will see you all in the next one. I'm out.